All right. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Women's Wellness Network. Welcome to our guest, Yaz. Hello, Yaz. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Tammy. This is awesome.
Wonderful. Yeah, it's so nice. It's been such a long time since we've had you on here since the beginning. You've been around with us at the Women's Wellness Network from the beginning, and I appreciate you so much. So welcome back.
I appreciate you like millions and millions and millions because you give us this space where we could grow, literally.
Literally, yeah, right? We're supposed to be wildflowers growing, and we're doing that. I think I see a lot of us doing that.
And I was saying to Tammy, guys, like I wearing, because this t-shirt, I didn't do this deliberately, but it merges my worlds with Tammy's worlds, and it's just like, it's what you do, and I'm really grateful. Really, really
Oh,
grateful because that's why this stuff works. Because once you bounce off appreciation, boom.
right? Right. It's true. Yeah. Well, your world has been exploding. My world has been exploding. So why don't you catch us up to date with what's been going on with you, Yaz, since the last time you were here?
Well, my message is to everyone that you can feel the most blissful, loving, kind, like mushed all together, like wrapped in love and caked in anything you want. You can feel that feeling right here and now. And everyone thinks that they can't, but they can. Okay, it's imaginary, but your subconscious doesn't know that. So it gives you more and more and more awesome stuff. And your evidence, you know. So I'm launching on Wednesday. I'm really excited. Obviously you guys can come and hopefully I'll put the link from by here somewhere. But I'm so excited because it seems like for a million years, my story, guys, is that in 2002, my body attempted to reject my heart. Now I was fighting for my life for 3 months. Okay, felt like a bear. I'd hold on my heart and wouldn't let it move. It was the most excruciating pain that I can't really describe. It was horrible. Okay. And if I moved, right, then because I had heart disease and heart failure, it would feel like I was drowning. But I had 6 children and I wanted to watch them grow up. So I had to think of something really fast. I wanted to live. And all the doctors were telling me, you got 5 years to live, 22 tablets for keeping me alive. I was 6 stone, the skin was falling off my hands. It was horrific. It was really horrific because I didn't think I was going to make it. Like throughout the day I must have nearly died about 3 or 4 times, but I wouldn't phone 999 because like I'd have my kids taken off me. I mean, the dad was there in the beginning, but he was oblivious, like to what was happening. I think it's best to put it that way. Anyway, we'll leave him over
Fair.
there. But it didn't work. He left, and then I was with these 6 kids, and I just, it was hard. It was really, really, really hard. So I built a world just like behind me. And my kids appeared as little cute creatures. They all had their little personalities. They were all different creatures, but you won't go into that because it would take forever. So, right, I would play with these creatures, like, and we'd go into the jungle and the leaves off the trees would taste like whatever we wanted. And the berries would taste like ice cream. And the fruits, they didn't look like anything on this earth. And we just played and we played hide and seek. I say this way too often. I buried them way too much, in the sand. But it was fun. Like, it was a lot of fun. So in this world, guys, right, I didn't actually have my body with me. So I could jump and play and climb and do everything that, like my body in reality couldn't. And then to cut a long story short, I didn't know what I was doing, but both worlds merged. So then I thought about you guys. And I thought, if you could capture your feeling, then you could do it too. And I built a program in 2020 and then it worked. And then I was horrified because it worked. So I had to work on myself. So I wrote bucket lists after bucket lists after bucket lists so I could become the Shaz. you know? And the bucket lists, even though they were really good, I mean, one thing on my bucket list was when my kids were really young, was to take them to Disney. Because when you're given 5 years to live, you really, really want to take your kids to Disney. So I did that twice. You know, one of my kids, his nickname was a llama, and he got to meet a llama. He got to feel the llama. The llama spat at everyone else, but it had a
Yep.
connection with my son. That so it was like, even inside the worlds merged. It was like my
Right.
other son met an elephant, and that elephant had that connection with Keo. You know, it's just like a small veil between your imagination and this world when you play with it, and you can be, do, and have whatever you want, you know. So there's me with my bucket lists, and then they wasn't working, so then I wrote a fear list.
A
I was
which?
fearless.
A fear list. Oh, a fear
A
list.
fear list.
Okay.
Yeah, a fear list. I wrote down everything I was frightened of, and I did it over and over and over and over again. Like crazy, I was crazy, honestly. But it was really my passion, my drive was to share this secret with you, because I know that you can have, be, to, and have whatever you want to. You know, I've been on loads of holidays, got loads of houses, loads of cars, had loads of experiences, and now it's your turn, you know?
Right? It is for you to show us how and for you to, right, to experience that. Because a lot of times people, because imagination, that's what we did when we were children. So it should come naturally and easily to us. But of course, as we get older and harden in our ways and we, have these baloney belief systems that, that really are not maybe true, we sort of forget. We forget how to play. We forget how to imagine. We forget how to be young. We forget how to be creative. So yeah, I love that you show people how to do that, and and it's worked. It works for you. It I know it works. I've seen it, and it's amazing. So when you work with people, like give us a little example of what you would do with them.
Okay, so when there's different ones. So you meet a client, and there's like different versions, and then you choose one to fit that client. Not it doesn't like one fit all thing, because
Right,
each and everyone's different. So
right,
there was this lady, right? She wanted to be free. All she did is work, 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 work. She had quite a few kids, and she had a partner, and she wanted to be free. She really wanted to be free. So back then, we created a world where they became their spirit animal. So it took away from all the humanness, you know. So like you don't have to do the dishes or take the bins out, or like it's that's a when you're she was a hummingbird. When you're a hummingbird, you don't have to do the dishes or take the bins out. So she had a palm tree just like that one, and she would flitter around this palm tree and in and out and she was having a best time. So we would all go around. There was about 4 or 5 in the group, and they chose their habitat, they chose their loved ones, they brought their gifts, their special gifts, and they had gifts that they didn't have before, and they brought them, so they were really imaginative. But this lady, she refused. She kept on saying, no, Yaz, I want to be free. I'm not taking my loved ones, I'm not taking my gifts. All I want to do is fly around that tree. And I warned her. I said, Maud, that's not how it works, honey. You got to kind of, got is too strong a word, but it's nice to bring a loved one or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, like I was like, pointing at her children and her, a partner. And, no, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. Within 3 days, a partner left and her daughter left to go live with her dad. She lives in Canada. Partner left, and her and she, then I recoiled, because I thought, oh my God, I felt so guilty and so bad, because I blame myself, because I wasn't this yes, So obviously I edited the program, and I used that lady to warn people, please take your loved ones, please take your gifts, because it's a real reflection on this life, and what you do and play with in your imaginary world has a strong effect on this life, and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and I think, yeah, right. to be shown that and to see it for yourself, you have to actually try it. You actually have to believe it and say, okay, I know my subconscious and my actuality, they don't have to talk to one another. Whatever I'm believing that I'm feeling, or taking in those feelings and being in that environment that you create for yourself, right? The brain doesn't know different.
Yeah, exactly. Your subconscious doesn't know. And she felt so free that the universe or whatever she believed in gave it to her. And guess
Right.
what, ladies and gentlemen, that was not what she wanted. You know, she did not really want to be free. She loved her loved ones, and she loved what, like now she's doing really well, obviously. She gave me a testimonial under a palm tree in Cuba. My heart melted, bless her. I was kind of should ask her for a testimonial. Should she come and fly over and murder me?
Well,
But
don't
no,
imagine that. Wipe that out of
no.
your brain,
Edit that. Oh.
right? Delete,
it's
delete, delete.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And another thing that I teach is that the simple things is that when something happens, like even with me, something happens. It's like I got Scooby, and Scooby's can be a bit of a nightmare. He was a complete nightmare. He was a psychopath dog. He was born during COVID, and he was a really, really naughty dog. Okay. So I was living just over there, and the people over there just fell in love with him, and they said, let him off the lead. So I let him off the lead, like this dog used to eat people. But when he used to eat people, there wasn't any blood or anything. He just used to like attack them, and it basically mouthing, but it still sounds horrific.
Mm.
Anyway, right. So they just said, yes, let him off the lead. And, so there was all of them, there was about 4 or 5 of them, and their dogs. I let him off lead. He was an angel. I couldn't believe it. So I did not imagine Scooby any other way, because some things you just can't. I just left Scooby to the universe and recently I had a really good friend, and we used to walk all the time, and we had plans to go to the beach and stuff like that. And he decided to feed Scooby the same time as his dog. Like even though
Oh,
he knows that Scooby's got he's got a nervous collar, nervous lead. He knows his behavior. He knows he can be a naughty dog. He knows he can be reactive. Obviously, Scooby acted as if it sounded like he was murdering his dog. His dog doesn't have a scratch on him, but it did sound like he was murdering. It did go on for like a while. It wasn't not a nice experience, right? But yeah, and then he blamed Scooby, and I'm like, hang on, you're the one that kind of tipped, and then he sent me like a message that big of not nice things, and I said, you know what,
aw,
I absolutely love you on your dog, because I do. I do love him and then all the times he supported me with Scooby, I held on to that. Do you know what I mean?
right.
And I let
Hmm.
all the other stuff go. And like I was like tapping my fingers at universe. I need a bit of closure. Do you know what I mean? And today you couldn't make this stuff up, right? He was going one way, I was going the other way, and it was thunder and lightning, right? Like
Oh,
not
geez.
like baby, I know, not like baby, like Cardiff, UK, you should have baby thunder and lightning because it's not in the tropics, but it was giant thunder and lightning. And he's from Brazil, and I live Barbados, and we were both vibes and saying, "Oh, it sounds like we're in." So he was in a good place, I was in a good place, and it was just magical. And there was my closure, with
Right.
it was with. Sorry.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah, like the universe brings you together when you, just like the lady, the hummingbird lady, right? It brings you what you're feeling, what you're wanting to happen. And you guys made
Because
peace.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that dog. I wouldn't hang out with him again, but I didn't want it like like horrible. I wanted a
Yeah.
beautiful ending. Yeah, I wanted, and I didn't know it'd be like that. Like I would never ever like think of like thunder and lightning because I'm frightened of thunder and lightning. But no, guys, when you do this stuff, obviously it doesn't happen. I think it took a week and a half to get that closure, to get that beautiful together, for the universe to put the right components together. Bless it. But I feel so blessed and so appreciative. I love that guy. I love that dog. And I forgive him for like being mean about Scooby because, I just do, and some humans
Yeah.
don't accept that they're responsible for tipping out food in front of two dogs.
Mhm.
I said, you broke a doggy law. I don't
Yes.
think it's a doggy law, but
It should be. I think it should be
yeah, but I
here.
was kind of playful about it, but you couldn't really be playful about it because it was serious,
Yeah, in
But
the end.
yeah. I tried to pack as much love in those texts as I could, like do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't work with people. Sometimes I had to let this guy go. As much as I love him, I had to let
Yep.
him go. It was hard for me because I love that guy. I wanted to go to the beach with that guy and Scooby and our dogs and live happily ever. I wanted to do stuff, but now it's
Right?
gone. It's gone,
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There for a
Just,
see, what do you call it? A season, a reason, or a lifetime that people come into our lives for, right?
yeah, and we got to appreciate
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Right? When they're here, absolutely. Because yeah, we're creating and manifesting the future right now, right today, with our thoughts and our feelings and all the things that we want to do. So yeah, some things do have to change and some people fall away and well, that just has to be how it is. And I think that's okay. So I need to know before we go any further, can you please tell us about your launch that's coming up?
Oh, Wednesday, guys, girls, Wednesday, 4 o'clock my time. So I'm in the UK, so I'm not sure what that is for you.
6 hours, we're Eastern, so that would be 10 a.m. I believe that would be 10 a.m. here in the Eastern. Okay, tell me more.
So you guys are invited because I just want to make this world a bit more high vibrational, and you guys know that when you vibrate at a higher, when you're happier, when you're feeling playful, when you're feeling like in the zone, like the stuff happens, like with that guy I was talking about, like it was a kind of a not a good situation, but I still manifested it, but we had a beautiful ending within like a week and a half. It was beautiful. And with the thunder and lightning and the sound effects as well. You can have that too. No, I'm joking. You can have that too. You can have a version. You can have your version too. Okay. So what I do, right, because I can't create a whole world, or we can't create a whole world in one little session. So we're going to create a scenario that you've always wanted, you've always dreamed of, with your loved ones, okay, with your characters, your loved ones, in your scenario, your scene, your habitat, your favorite habitat, and we're going to run that. We're going to run that until you feel like until it comes to you, because that feeling, you don't do it because you want that particular scenario, because you just do it for the feeling. You do it for the feeling, and the universe will match that feeling, and you get better. You get so much better, because I live Barbados, but when my coach Riley took me to Mexico, like you can't walk into the water straight away in Barbados or the pool. It's cold, but in Mexico it's like an upgrade, because you can walk straight in there, the water, even in the morning, but it's the same temperature as Barbados, which makes no sense.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. Right? Oh,
So if you want your magical world, if you want to be able to tap into it, those magical feelings, and if you want them again and again and again and again, and if you want your world to just be bigger and blissful and brighter, and if you want new characters to be that come into your life to be like even awesomer than the last ones, because they do kind of like switch and change a bit when you do this. Yeah, you're invited on Wednesday, and we're going to have an awesome time. It's not just me, I've got a special guest, because to do this properly, you need a bit of healing. So, Riley, my coach, she does this special thing, and anyone that gets to sign up gets this free. It's called Ultra Genius. She'll tell you more about it. But I I include the inner child, because when the inner child's included, and all you got to do is play around, and then she's just lit up, because you know that your programming was, you know, then between you were 0 and 7. So, like, your belief systems are in the way. But when you're in your imaginary land, she's right there with you. She's right there playing. Your belief systems do not get in the way. It's just awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. And so, so simple, even like simple, but we need to know how, and we need a facilitator to show us what that is, how to get there. So that's what you're going to be doing on Wednesday, and that is amazing. I'm already registered, so I'm going to be there. And yes, ladies, women of the Women's Wellness Network, come and check out, yes, come and check out how she, uh, brings your imagination and your uh, visions and all the things that you would love to see in your world, how she helps you engage with that. So we'll put all of her comment or all of her comments. I say that all the time. All of her contact information into the comments and a little detail about her workshops so that you can register if you're interested in that. And also, I'm going to tag her previous interview that we had at the beginning on this too, so that you can get to know her a little bit more. And also, there's the Catapult Games. She was one of our Wildflower members in the Catapult Games, and it was very fun. And you would see if you want to look at those. Also, Yaz has such a big heart, and I know she loves to think about herself as an octopus, and because they have more than one heart. And Yaz, if anybody on this planet could be an octopus, you would be that person because you definitely have so much love, enough for three hearts, I'm sure. So thank you. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm super excited for you to get going on this. This is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, come and join us. Come and join us because it's going to be awesome. Like all the big gurus, the Abraham Hicks, Bashir, Joe Dispenza, like all of them. That my mind's gone a bit blank already, but like they all say to get happy first, but they don't show you how. They don't show you how to get blissful, and this is how you do it, guys. This is the missing piece of the puzzle, and it's all yours. You don't have to pay for it. It's just free. It's just fun. Let's just go do this.
Right? Okay. Well, that's what we're going to do on Wednesday. Ladies, hope to see some of you there. And Yaz, I wish you all the luck. That will be really interesting to be on the other side watching you do your thing. So, yeah, right? So fun. So fun. So, thank you very much for coming. And Women of the Women's Wellness Network, thank you for watching. And of course, until next time, be well. Thank you, Yaz.
Thank you.